to serve the Dark Flame. We have it no other way. If anything's out there, it'll regret making me hunt for it. I got it! What is developing? What's that?
Manful! Even my kin could not kill me! A pathetic sword skin has no chance!
You talk about that one!
The Orcs' numbers have swelled beyond count. They're preparing for another push.
No one has seen your father since the last battle. I have men looking for him. What new devilry is this?
The Witch King himself comes to negotiate.
My father's blade.
My orcs have your children. Send out the Ranger of the Black Gate to die at the hands of my champion. And upon his defeat, your leader will be returned. Refuse, and all that is flesh shall suffer. I come for you, town of Gondor.
You understand?
The Brutes are incapable of mercy.
They seem to like their champion's chances. And it must be said, he has size on his side.
True. But you and I have him outnumbered.
Your city will burn. The scourge of men will be cleansed by fire.
Archaeus.
I will punish you! You can't die! I return to the dark flame. but it comes for all. It comes for you, man-swine, as it comes for your city. The Dark Flame speaks. Your lack of conviction makes you weak. Cease your scammer. The Dark.
Fought well. Too well. Major needs more time. Should I dance with them? Quite a manner of speaking.
I came into this arena to fight Sauron's champion! I am still waiting!
You go down, half the crowd will be in here tearing your corpse to shreds. I'll try to snip the best bits off you as quick as I can. Muzu. One hit and you're already distracted! Find him! Tear his flesh! After that hit, I'm in people's head! Do you die? No hit! Bleed you! I have... The captain's dead!
You maggot! Every pink-skin in every corner of the city is going to hear your screams for mercy. The cheers of all the orcs in Mordor couldn't drown that out.
Normal. Here it comes!
Ready or not!
All of us, man! How do you get it like that? You will.
Flex the glove! Oh, yeah. Rush him all together!
Now you've gone!
don't know what this man-swine's on about. He wanted a proper fight, and here I am.
Can you see, Ranger? Minas Ethel Kron.
I don't know what this man-swine's on about. He wanted a proper fight, and here I am. Now. Here we are again. Last time we mixed it up was a good while back and a long way from here. But this is the place you've chosen to meet your end. And me? I respect that. Nah. Brought down by a measly Tark? I don't think so. Didn't see this coming. No matter. Just finish it. Time for a serious...
Now he's bleeding a bit.
Someone there! Break your bones! He's here! He's here! Destroy the
of the bargain! And your champion has upheld his! For fighting this pitiful enemy, the Dark Lord promised mercy! Gaze now upon the Bright Lord! I make no such offer! Run! Run! Run to your master and give him this message! I come for him!
Let us hope Idril found her father.
All that matters is the Palantir. It cannot fall into the Witch King's hands.
Blood is blood! Blood is blood! Bloody blood! Bloody blood!
Look at him run! You're dead!
We had ambition in abundance. I had the One Ring and Sauron did not. He would not dare stand against me. Yet he ambition or arrogance that bade me face Sauron directly. Yet, had the ring not betrayed me and... My finger.
I walked across the plains and deserts, the stones of Gorgoroth, the fields of Nam. I left pieces of myself behind I no longer needed. Others I lost. This is how I changed. You cannot become something new without leaving parts of yourself.
It's the Ranger!
When Sauron revealed his betrayal, I took up arms against him. In my wrath, I was determined to punish him for his treachery. Raith. We had ambition in abundance. I had the One Ring and Sauron did not. He would not dare stand against me. Yet he did.
America, Sunday at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox.
President Trump considering even more drastic measures in the fight against coronavirus, saying he might impose a quarantine in New York and parts of New Jersey and Connecticut. This as cases of the virus around the world skyrocketing past 620,000, with new cases increasing here in the U.S. and across Europe. Hello, everyone. Welcome to America's News Headquarters. I'm Arthel Neville.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Eric Shaw. President Trump sitting off the U.S. naval ship the Comfort earlier today, just in the last hour, in Norfolk, Virginia. You saw it live here on the Fox News Channel. That ship now on its way to Kiev, to New York City, to help with the coronavirus crisis by treating patients with other surgical needs that would be handled normally, in normal times by the hospitals. Or the state, New York, the epicenter now in our country of this outbreak, and that ship comes just one day after the president signed that massive corona stimulus relief bill, which will give financial aid to Americans and businesses that are so horribly affected by this virus. Here's the president earlier on a potential one thing that he is considering, that is a possible quarantine of the New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area for 2 weeks, he says, because of the number of cases.
I am now considering, we'll make a decision very quickly, very shortly, a quarantine because it's such a hot area of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. We'll be announcing that one way or the other fairly soon.
Mark Meredith is live at the White House with the very latest on what is being considered. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Eric. That certainly is something that the president says is under consideration, but it's still unclear exactly when something like this would happen. The president himself hinted that possible quarantine could come as soon as today. That you played the clip when he was in Norfolk. I want to also play you what he had to say before he made the trip down to Virginia. Here's what he had to say just a few hours ago.
Well, we're looking at it, and we'll be making a decision. A lot of the states that aren't infected, that don't have a big problem, they've asked me if I'd look at it, so we're going to look at it, and it'll be for a short period of time if we do it at all. It'll be New York, parts of Connecticut, and parts of New Jersey.
That was the president at Joint Base Andrews. It's unclear, though, when that decision will be made. Right now, you're looking at a map, but these are where the president has approved the disaster declarations from among these governors across, like Washington, California, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, all of these states dealing with the outbreak. It's expected the White House will get more of these disaster declarations from around the country. Now, this week, the Congress and the White House approved that $2 trillion stimulus bill to help individuals and industries because of the virus. The money sends cash to Americans based on their past income. It's also designed to help small businesses stay afloat and keep some of their staff on payroll. Now, Congress may consider an additional stimulus depending on what happens in the next several weeks, but lawmakers, they have already decided to leave town. It's also unclear, though, when these stimulus checks exactly will get to Americans. There's talk it could be a couple of weeks, but people are very eager to see, Eric, when this is going to happen. Eric?
Yeah, Mark, no details on that possible quarantine, whether people can't leave or what will be brought in terms of foodstuffs and supplies and that sort of thing. But speaking of relief, the president was in Southern Virginia, Norfolk. He saw the USN Comfort off. It's coming here to New York to help supplement the hospitals that have been so overrun and overwhelmed, we are told, with cases.
Eric, you're right. The president praising the military for getting these hospital ships up and running. These are really floating hospitals, and they're going to be able to provide a number of different services to the folks in New York as well as the folks out on the West Coast. The president, though, making it clear what this role this ship is going to have. Here's what he had to say in Norfolk moments ago.
So the people with the virus will not be on ship. The ship will be used for people having operations and other things other than that. By serving these emergency patients away from the hospitals, beds will be opened up all over the city for those who are infected.
Just a few more details about the USNS Comfort. It's 12 fully equipped operating rooms. It has capacity for 1,000 hospital beds. It's got a laboratory on board. It also has a pharmacy on board. The president says he expects this ship to be there in New York on Monday, and that it's expected to start treating patients on Tuesday. We saw it depart from Norfolk, though, within the last hour. It should be there fairly soon. A lot of people very eager to see what kind of relief that ship will be able to provide. Eric?
That is for sure. Expected here Monday, and the twin sister ship of that ship, the Mercy, departing San Diego to go to Los Angeles to help the folks on the West Coast. Mark, thanks so much. Arthel?
Eric, thank you. And meanwhile, the FDA approving a coronavirus test that could give results in about 15 minutes. The pharmaceutical company behind it now ramping up production, saying it expects to deliver 50,000 tests starting next week. Let's go to Steve Harrigan now. He's live in Atlanta, outside CDC headquarters.
No limitations on.
Arthel, that news really shows just how dramatically and quickly things are changing when it comes to testing. A couple of weeks ago, it was days wait for a lab result to come back. Just last week, we were talking about the FDA approving for the first time a test which could come back in 45 minutes, a so-called point-of-care test that would let you know within that amount of time whether or not you have the virus. Now Abbott Labs saying they are ready with a test that can come in under 15 minutes, a positive result in as little as 5 minutes. This really could be a game changer. The lab says it's going to roll out 50,000 test units a day, FDA approved beginning on Monday. Also, the World Health Organization saying it's beginning historic drug trial treatments. Volunteers from Norway and Spain beginning those treatments to see what works the best against the coronavirus. 4 of the most promising drugs will be tested in these trials: malaria medications, antiviral compounds, as well as HIV compounds, all being tested to see which is the most effective against the coronavirus. Arthel, back to you.
Steve Harrigan, thank you very much, Steve. Eric?
Arthel, meanwhile, in the epicenter of the nation's outbreak here in New York, healthcare workers face a surge of new patients, and there are desperate pleas, we're told, from nurses and doctors for more masks, gowns, and ultimately ventilators. We'll have more on that throughout our coverage this afternoon. Meanwhile, because the focus is on only battling coronavirus, that has prompted Governor Andrew Cuomo to postpone the state's presidential primary in April as he looks to the future.
You don't win on defense. You win on offense. You have to get ahead of this, anticipate what's going to happen, and create that reality now.
Jackie Heinrich is live here in New York City with the very latest. Jackie.
Well, Eric, since yesterday, 209 new deaths in New York State, bringing the total to 728. There are 52,000 confirmed cases of coronavirus in New York right now. 7,300 people are currently in the hospital, and 1,700 of them are in the ICU. Hospitals are straining to meet the needs. President Trump approved Governor Andrew Cuomo's request for 4 more temporary field hospitals, bringing the total to 8, plus the Navy ship USNS Comfort now headed to New York Harbor. But the first center won't open until Monday, and until then, local hospitals are reporting units are full. Outside of Elmhurst Hospital in Queens, long lines of people, the same hospital that used a refrigeration truck
If I wait till dawn, my father will be dead.
Doctors are also falling ill. And while the state says they've purchased enough protective equipment for the current need, healthcare workers on the front lines say they're still rationing and reusing masks because of the shortage, operating under crisis guidelines from the CDC.
We're doing our best to take care of it, put a little hand sanitizer on it, wipe it down, but it's tough because the masks are used at only single use. If you just put,
the Uruks we captured last winter told stories of a grave walker, half man, half wraith, a demon.
The state also doubled down on the need for 30,000 ventilators. Governor Cuomo saying COVID-19 patients are needing ventilator support for 11 to 21 days, whereas a non-COVID patient would typically use that machine
Berenor and
for
I
3 or 4
overheard the
days.
Uruks.
They've
They
purchased
took my father to a nearby
7,000
encampment.
bag-valve masks as backup.
We're even talking about training National Guard people
Just let him try that.
learn how to operate this device if we have to turn to this device on any large-scale basis.
Our brothers.
That is not an acceptable situation.
Pedro,
So
you
we go
must
back
move
to
carefully.
finding the ventilators because we need the ventilators.
The state estimates the peak of infections is still about 3 weeks away.
Go next.
Eric.
All right, Jackie, thanks so much. Well,
You have
meanwhile,
saved me,
Governor-
Lady
Mayor
Adra.
Bill de Blasio right now, let's show you a live video. This is the mayor at a warehouse. He's standing in front of 250,000 masks that are being donated to New York by the United Nations. These are United Nations masks that are surplus in their storehouse. 250,000 protective masks that they found. Usually, these are distributed to UN workers in the blue helmets around the globe who deal with epidemics and pandemics elsewhere. Ironic that they're being used here in New York. Secretary General of the United Nations praising our ambassador, Kelly Craft, for arranging the donation of these masks. They will be given, says the UN, to the medical professionals here in New York. The Secretary General says, to us, New York is not just our home or the headquarters of the United Nations. It is a vibrant international capital through which the world communicates, debates, trades, and prospers. So, 250,000 masks being donated by the United Nations, thanks to the Secretary General and thanks to our UN ambassador, Kelly Craft. Right, Val?
Yeah, Eric, that is excellent news, but there is some bad news I have to share. Right now here in New York, the NYPD announcing the 3rd member of its department has died from the virus. Detective Cedric Dixon was a 23-year-old veteran who served in Harlem. He was the first sworn officer to pass away. A civilian employee and custodian also died this week. More than 500 NYPD officers and staff
I am in
have
your
tested
debt,
positive
Ranger.
for coronavirus. 4,000 officers, more than 1 in 10, are out sick right now. Meantime, the latest stats show crime in the city dropped 25% last week after stay-at-home orders were issued. And meanwhile, it is another great day in Italy, the country with the hottest coronavirus death toll in the world. Health officials reporting 889 more deaths today, but there's good news. The rate of infection is slowing down from 7 to 5% in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, Pope Francis holding Mass in an empty St. Peter's Square today, or yesterday, praying for the end of the pandemic. More than 10,000 people have died from the virus in Italy. Eric.
Meanwhile, Spain has been the hotspot for this outbreak. So far, there are 832 more deaths. 832 reported there just today, bringing the country's total to almost 5,700 people. Brian Choco has been tracking developments worldwide, and he joins us now from London. Brian?
Thank you. We thought ourselves dead. My lady,
yes, Spain is second
general
only to Italy when it comes to deaths from the coronavirus. And it just saw its deadliest day yet, as you were saying, more than 800
we
fatalities.
need to clear the camp before we go to custody.
Reported infections in just the last 24 hours. That brings the total number of reported infections in Spain, a country that has 1/7 of the population of the United States, to about 72,000, nearly 5,700 deaths. Keep in mind, Spain is about 2 weeks into a national lockdown, and still the numbers keep rising. Experts say Spain's medical system is now in serious jeopardy. More and more medical workers, ambulance drivers, nurses, doctors, they're all getting sick and they're leaving behind a vacuum when it comes to treatment. Meanwhile, we've seen a huge spike in the number of victims here in the United Kingdom. The UK also saw its deadliest day with more than 259 new deaths just in the last 24 hours, bringing the toll to over 1,000. The head of the healthcare system here just said the UK will have done well if less than 20,000 people die before this is all over.
What is justice?
In other words, less
if not
than
a hammer to beat
20,000
down the
would
proud
be a
nail.
success. The whole of the UK, myself included, are in lockdown that will continue until at least Easter Monday. Yesterday, you may recall, Prime Minister Boris Johnson became the first world leader to report he is tested positive. Meanwhile, in Germany, where 325 people have died from the virus, Chancellor Angela Merkel's chief of staff says Germany won't ease its restrictions on movement until at least the 20th of April. Germany is not the first European country to extend their lockdown. And finally, we go to China. The pandemic began in December, and people are now back on the streets again. A plane from China just landed in Spain carrying a cargo of some 4 million face masks. As new cases drive up in China, the country has been on a PR offensive extending this medical assistance, medical supplies, medical protective gear, trying to win hearts and minds in continental Europe. And I can tell you those face masks are definitely welcome.
You are your
All right, Ryan. That they are. Thank you. Arthel?
Yeah, Eric, and here at home, officials across the country are calling on Americans to stay at home, leaving many cities to look like ghost towns. We're going to speak to a doctor about the effectiveness of those orders and the possible role of the weather in spreading coronavirus.
Sooner or later, it'll be me leading the charge. They will fear my name.
I'm your mother-in-law. What's my men?
We managed to free them. They'll have made it back to the upper city by now.
You always drive this slow.
How did you make someone like me?
That must be why you're always sleeping.
I do not speed, and that's saving me cash with DriveWise.
Yeah, my son, he did say that you were the safe option.
And that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
So get Allstate.
Stop bossing.
Good drivers get 40% for avoiding mayhem. It's my son's favorite color. You should try it. We always drive like a...
Out here, there are no half measures, no shortcuts, no faking it. Doing it right is Plan A and Plan B. Kubota equipment is built to the same high standards you live by. It's up to the challenge. Half-ton hay bale challenges, herding cattle challenges. That's a lot of mulch challenges. All day, all conditions, all year round. Kubota, together we do.
Morning, sunshine. This is gonna be a great workout. Contenders today.
Feel good about everything you just did because that was an awesome ride.
Hi. Let's do this. I was training for the Olympics, and unfortunately I got injured and didn't make the team. I I ate and drank everything inside.
I did anything and everything that I thought would get me like that skinny, and it never worked.
And then I tried Noom.
And then I tried Noom. Noom taught me how to change my habits a little by a little.
They say it's based on a cognitive behavioral approach. I just say it works.
Visit Noom.com and lose the weight for good.
The armies have
Money can't buy you happiness. Nonsense. $6 can buy you 2 Arby's sandwiches.
We've been waiting
That's
for
2
Gondor
happinesses. Arby's.
No.
We have the meat.
Get up, get going, and gradually reduce grays the easiest way. Just step into the shower with Control GX, the first and only gray-reducing shampoo.
We must
Get
return
rid of
to
a little
Sheila.
gray every time
She
you
can
wash
show
with
us the
Control
location.
GX. Be the better man you are and look the part.
VP Mike Pence on Waters World.
We truly believe that we have significantly reduced the spread.
Inside America's strategy and next steps tonight.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
It is Palantir is here.
At 1-800-642-9300 or go to Mesobook.com.
War is here. We must weaken Sauron's hold on
You may have
Minas
even
Ithil.
wondered if it would work for you. I mean, how could this little device have such an impact on something as complicated as your cardiovascular system?
The Zona Plus is a software-controlled handheld device which uses the proven science of isometric therapy to aid in the lowering of blood pressure naturally.
Believe it or not, it works. It's worked for thousands. It works for me.
To order your Zona Plus, call now or visit us online.
Talia, the ring is lost. But I will have my answers.
The coronavirus is spreading across the country as a growing number of cities and states are telling people to please stay at home. Take this seriously. And the situation and crisis not just confined to our bigger cities. Nashville, for example, is on number 14 on the list, just behind San Diego. And smaller cities are also affected and expecting cases. In the heartland, Oklahoma, orders for Oklahoma City and Tulsa will go into effect at midnight tonight. Orders will go into effect Monday for North Carolina and Kansas. Officials are working to try and contain the virus as scientists examine the rapid rate at which it spreads. Some early analysis suggests that warmer weather could potentially slow the virus down, but not completely stop it. Joining me by Skype is Dr. Nina Radcliffe. She's a medical doctor in private practice, also an anesthesiologist. Dr. Nina, always good to see you. The reporting, when you watch the media, it's New York, New Orleans, Chicago, Detroit, Miami, Los Angeles. But it's spreading, and some say some of the smaller cities are not prepared. What is your message to them right now?
Well, we all want to maintain hope, and we know that the things that we've been told to do, which is social distancing, washing our hands, wiping down surfaces, those things work. And many of us Americans are waiting for these warmer weathers to come, not just because it's the end of the flu season, but particularly this year with COVID-19. We're hoping that it's just going to fade away, and we can't make that presumption based upon what we know at this time. And normally what happens with a novel virus is we try to predict this behavior based upon how other viruses have behaved, but that's speculation. So that's all we have at this time. And there have also been a few studies that have come out, one out of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which said that warmer areas such as Texas and Florida have fared better in general compared to New York and New Jersey, and California has fallen somewhere in between. There's also been similar studies out of Finland and Spain, but I want to point out none of these have been peer-reviewed, and they don't factor into, travel bans or social distancing or somebody who's come and seeded that area. So we need to still wait to see what happens.
Yeah, certainly. Wait, this could be a second wave or fall if we beat it. You just talked about looking at it the way it behaves like other viruses. I mean, does it? It seems that this has been
The Palantir cannot fall into the Witch King's hands.
To get into a body and potentially then explode. Like a fuse or a time bomb. I mean, like a virus in a computer that's put in a computer. It sits there, you don't know you have it, and then suddenly, boom. Is that typical of other viruses and diseases, or is that unique to this one?
And so we're fighting an infection, but our body's fight against it also creates a lot of inflammation. So we have a double hit, and that can cause our lungs to not work the way
Where are the archers? I want every man with a bow up on the wall now.
General Casimir pulled us off. And that's why some of these people will need.
But beyond this, where is Casimir? I need to find him. As do I. He hasn't been seen in hours.
What do you suggest?
Gate.
Get down! Okay. What do you do? Have a humidifier. What can you do to protect your lungs the best way?
Well, we want to keep it simple. Social distancing does work. Respiratory droplets can spread. We want to stay we want to stay 6 feet away from people. Listen to this. When we say stay at home, we have to follow what the local and state guidelines are. But essentially, anywhere that's not essential. Grocery stores are essential. Pharmacies are essential. Getting medical care is essential. But going out to visit a friend's house, that's not essential. So we want to follow those guidelines. It works. Social distancing works. And we're trying to buy time until we do have medications that have been proven to be safe and effective. And there's a number of them on the horizon. We have some hope for hydroxychloroquine, which is an old malaria drug. And that's promising, but we don't know if it's going to be effective in all people. So again, prevention is the best method.
Yeah, when I said tonic water, I said my doctors told me just drink whatever you have. Be hydrated, drink a lot of water, make sure you're hydrated. That would help. Finally, what is your prediction? I know it's hard, and we have a bit of delay because of our
Shields! Hold them now!
works wet or
Just as
dry
usual.
for a great shake, even the harshest conditions. Attack Saber is completely waterproof. In fact, you can use Attack Saber
Shields!
underwater.
Hold them up! Attack! Reinforcements are here! Hold the courtyard! We stop them here!
Alive! You'll know more than pain, more than death. You'll know the bitter taste of failing to save your precious city.
As my hometown, the city of New Orleans, now launching a week-long personal protective equipment drive for first responders. Let's bring in the mayor now of New Orleans, Mayor LaToya Cantrell. Mayor, I really appreciate your being here because what's happening there in NOLA, we want to get the word out. So thank you.
Watching! Be on your guard! Getting off for
Today we're at 1298 with, so we're seeing
the city is lost! Save your people! Retreat!
making sure that we're preparing for an upward of 3,000 of our patients.
You betrayed
to
us.
move them out of the hospital.
I did this for
making
you,
way
it's
for
wrong.
others who need
For your survival.
emergency care.
Blood here means nothing. I would give all of Gondor to save you!
What of our people?
We want to know what
Of our honor!
medical workers, and are you in touch, by the way, with anyone?
There is no honor in death.
Virus task force. Well, we are in direct
Castamere!
communication with our
Will deliver what was promised.
fully implemented so that we can get the resources again to the people
We'll
who
hold
need
to
them
our bargain.
the most on the ground.
My daughter's
We have
freedom.
seen a tremendous amount of our work.
Castamere, no!
You know that we are a destination, a city, a world-class city.
She is free to die with her people.
110,000 workers are cultural bears that are closely tied to our to maintain this quality of life, having food on the table. Child nutrition is something that we're focusing on, heavily advocating for USDA waivers that I understand are being granted. This is huge as it relates to the thousands that are dependent on our food service providers, Second Harvest of Food Bank, for example, and many others that we appreciate the process, but we really want the results and the resources to hit the ground. Absolutely, and Mayor, the U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Jerome Adams, saying that the worst is likely yet to come, that New Orleans is on pace for a super tight next week. And you mentioned earlier, and I got it on my NOLA Ready text message that they're
Fall before us and rise.
70 to 90 people.
Join this army.
Really incredible next. So we have to make sure that we put you and don't ever direct contact with the people.
It is the situation.
Absolutely, and we appreciate that, and I'm telling you, to hear that from the federal government meeting, the Surgeon General working on and standing up surge capacity. We're about what the research and the science is telling us on the ground, and we will continue to advocate for the needs of for our region, for the
Join our ranks. Return to darkness. Welcome you to our ranks. Submit to our dark master.
And I'm hoping that the federal government will provide in the data of
You cannot escape your destiny, Ranger.
We thank you for the outreach, and we really appreciate the support and that of the federal government. Mayor, I hear your compassion. Not only is New Orleans special to you, to
Submit to your destiny.
Of their services amid so much stress.
Very different side here today. Of course, people are following the guidelines. Already, therapists seeing that spike in demand for their
claim him today.
Research in psychology showing any change is linked to stress, with this change being unprecedented. In isolation to protect the vulnerable and elderly, the National Institute of Aging is saying that the elderly are facing another health risk, noting the link between loneliness and cognitive decline, heart disease, and depression. New York State has more COVID-19 cases than 172 countries or regions around the world. Governor Andrew Cuomo urging the public to use the resources available.
So forth. And for those people, getting mental health treatment, even by telemedicine, is really crucial.
He recommends avoiding naps to prevent insomnia, getting stressed, socializing with loved ones, and most importantly, following a keeping that in mind. They also say that therapists themselves are not immune from the social isolation and, of course, the stress that everyone feels right now. That is a universal thing that people around the world are navigating. So most importantly, to take advantage of the resources, of course, do video chat and keep in touch with loved ones here. Eric?
Yeah, that's
Chefs join me on their efforts to keep thousands of businesses afloat. That's up next.
I just love hitting the open road and telling people that Liberty Mutual customizes your insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
But you're resilient. And Icy Hot No Mess fuels your resilience. Fast acting, targeted pain relief.
So it is true.
Because the deeper you dig, the higher you rise. Icy Hot No Mess.
You killed
Guys,
me.
if you wake up feeling fat,
And
bad
yet you
back,
live.
heartburn, tired, then it's time to get healthy and lose
What's
weight
that
with Nutrisystem
To
for
die
Men.
and live again.
Once I lost
Do you
the
feel
weight,
pain?
everything else fell into place.
Do you suffer?
I'm
What of the
healthier,
city?
I'm stronger.
Not
The
only do I lose
Palantir.
60 pounds, but I feel incredible. I don't snore.
My doctor told me I needed to lose weight. Nutrisystem helped me lose 105 pounds.
Lose up to 18 pounds and 8 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast, money back guaranteed. It's a fact. Junk in, junk out. That's why you feel and look terrible. Nutrisystem for Men is designed specifically to burn fat so you can start to feel great. Order now and we'll rush you Nutrisystem for Men. Plus 1 week of protein-packed probiotic shakes to bust that gut free.
I'm healthy and in the best shape of my life.
Act now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
What do you have to lose? I know. The weight.
Go online or call 888-424-FIT7 right now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
We pull people off the street and ask them about their hearts.
How's your heart?
You know, my heart's pretty good.
You sure?
Yes, I think so.
How do you know? If you're driving a car, you have the check engine light, but the heart doesn't have a hey, check heart sign. I want to show you something. Put both fingers right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a medical grade EKG reading. There it is. That is you.
Look at that.
With KardioMobile, the FDA-cleared personal EKG device, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke.
How much do you think this device costs?
Probably $1,000.
$1,000? $99.
Wow, that's impressive.
How great is it to have that peace of mind that at anywhere, anytime you can check?
It would be nice to really see my own heart whenever I wanted to.
KardioMobile puts peace of mind in your pocket. Now available for just $89. To order, visit KardioMobile.com. Also available on Amazon.
This was eye-opening. I noticed how white my son's teeth were and how yellow mine were, and so I made a change.
Introducing Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that gets your teeth white and keeps them white. Look at the power of Smile Actives on years of food stains and even coffee and wine stains. It's so easy. Just add to your toothpaste for whiter teeth, guaranteed, or your money back. Order yours now for $19.95 and get a second one free, plus free shipping. Go to smileactives.com.
Your mission: stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq Relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious infections and blood clots, sometimes fatal, have occurred, as have certain cancers, including lymphoma, and tears in the stomach or intestines, and changes in lab results. Your doctor should monitor your blood work. Tell your doctor about any infections, and if you are or may become pregnant while taking Rinvoq.
Ready to take on RA? Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq Relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission.
So the coronavirus pandemic's taking a toll on independent restaurants across the country. So you've seen it in your neighborhood, which could be forced to shut down permanently, by the way, due to loss of revenue. Joining us now is Tom Colicchio. He's the chef and owner of Crafted Hospitality and co-founder of the Independent Restaurant Coalition, and Hugh Atchison, a member of the coalition and chef and owner of 5 and 10. Good to have both of you. Tom, I want to start with you. First, if you could explain how this pandemic has impacted independent restaurants. You know, tell us just how many people in these businesses are affected and how hard they're hit.
Sure. The independent restaurant industry employs about 11 million people. Estimates are between 5 and 7 million people have already been laid off. And so this has really devastated our industry.
Absolutely. And again, take us below the level. It's not just the chefs. We're talking about the chefs as well as the owners, but all the staff and people who work there and support their families through working
sure.
at some of these independent. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, and it's not only that. So yes, it's all the employees. I had to lay off about 300 employees myself. It's all the employees that were laid off. Also, it's all of the other industries that we touch, our farmers, our fishermen, people who deliver our linen, people who we buy wine from. So it's not just our immediate employees, it's a whole other ecosystem too that we support. So in essence, it's probably closer to 20 million people if you take into consideration all the businesses that we work with.
Absolutely. That's why I wanted to let everyone understand the tentacles involved in where your nucleus of the restaurant industry is. So, Hugh, I go to you now. Top Chef, and on the Food Network, of course, teamed up with hundreds of fellow chefs to save independent restaurants. Tell us who else is on board and tell us more about the campaign.
It's Bravo, but there's a lot of people on board. And, you know, the reason why independent chefs have really felt like they need to coalesce together in this to get this done is that we were the first line that just got mowed down. Our entire industries just went dark overnight. And that's just had massive impact across the board. Tom brought up fishermen and farmers, but it also impacts my local public schools because the sales tax ordinance, you know, they're just not collecting money from the sales that we would have made. And yeah, I laid off 100 people as well, but so many people have gotten on board because they feel underrepresented. We needed to make sure that we had a voice in this because we've got a huge part of a large part of the GDP in this country. 4% is within restaurants and hospitality.
Yeah. Tom, I've got about 30 more seconds. If you could, here's a website, by the way. It's launched today, SaveRestaurants.com. SaveRestaurants.com, launched today. How much money are you hoping to raise, and how quickly will you get this money to the restaurant owners?
Well, I do want to point out, I do want to point out that charity's fine, but that's not going to fix our problem. The CARE Act was a very good first step. It gave us 2.5 months of revenue that we can actually move through to pay our employees, but that's not enough. We have to make sure that these restaurants not only can sort of pay our staff now, but that we remain open. So when the country finally rids itself of this horrible disease, that everyone has jobs to come back to. And so we think that the CARE Act was a good first step. I was really glad to see all our elected officials sort of get together across the partisan divides and really stop the bleeding here. But now we have to make sure that the patient thrives.
Excellent points you make there, Tom. SaveRestaurants.co. Everybody check it out so we can help out our local restaurateurs and farmers and all the rest. Okay, Tom Colicchio, Hugh Acheson, and it's on Bravo, not Food Network. I like them both. Thank you so much, guys. And we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Take care.
Tomorrow. It's a day filled with promise and new beginnings, challenges and opportunities. At Ameriprise Financial, we can't predict what tomorrow will bring. But our comprehensive approach to financial planning can help make sure you're prepared for what's expected and even what's not. And that kind of financial confidence can help you sleep better at night. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant.
We're here for the mess makers, the day brighteners, and the inspirers. We're here for the makers with new curbside pickup and delivery straight to your door so you can keep on making. Visit Michaels.com for thousands of project ideas and how-tos.
Want your brain better? Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Nariva has clinically proven ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: memory, focus, accuracy, learning, and concentration. Try Nariva for 30 days and see the difference.
Supersonic. Is your family bouncing off the walls? Going a little stir crazy?
I'm okay.
Looking for something new to do?
No.
Then watch Sonic the Hedgehog at home now.
Good one.
When you buy it this Tuesday at these digital retailers.
Coronavirus and the fight ahead.
We appreciate that the American public has pulled together. There's tremendous spirit in this country right now.
For the latest updates on how you can help, stay with Fox News Channel.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth.
J.G. Wentworth, how can I help you get cash?
I want to pay off my debt and move into my own place, but I need cash now to do it.
Let's see if we can help. Do you get regular payments from an insurance company? For example, from a personal injury settlement or car accident?
Yes, monthly, and it's been working out okay. The thing is, it's my money and I need it now.
Right. So how does this sound? In exchange for some or all of your future payments, we give you a lump sum of cash now. And since this isn't a personal loan, there's no credit check. What will you do with more cash? Buy a car, get an apartment, go to school? After all, it's your money. Use it when you need it. Call now and you'll also get $25 for receiving a quote.
Call 877-CASH-NOW for your free Cash Now quote. That's 877-CASH-NOW. Call now.
Thanks, J.G. Wentworth.
Hi, Katie Osborne for Endurance. You know, I realize how blessed I am to work around cars every day. With as much as we rely on our cars, we're keeping them longer than ever, which also means we're probably driving with little and or even no warranty coverage. Whether it's a transmission, power steering, heating and air conditioning, or an alternator, parts and systems in your car are going to break down. And remember, auto insurance only covers you when you're in an accident. It doesn't pay for the repair costs when your car breaks down. That can cost you thousands. An Endurance Vehicle Protection Plan covers your repairs.
For a free quote, text VEHICLE to 474747.
That includes parts and labor, the mechanic of your choice, hotel and food reimbursements, all while giving you 24/7 roadside assistance. And that's why we say insurance plus endurance equals total protection.
For your free quote, text VEHICLE to 474747. That's VEHICLE to 474747.
Well, the coronavirus pandemic presents a difficult situation for those people who are pregnant. Ashley Sears from our Milwaukee station, WITI, has more on what women and those who are expecting can do.
It is a stressful time for everyone, especially expecting parents with fears about care and delivery. But doctors say stay calm.
Follow the same guidelines that everybody should be following.
Dr. Roseanne Gumina works to calm the fears of expecting mothers.
Although we don't have a lot of data about the coronavirus, the data we do have is very encouraging.
As cases of the coronavirus rise across the nation and in Milwaukee, the Froedtert OBGYN says a mother and baby's health is a top priority, though some things may have changed. From prenatal visits.
We want to minimize your exposure. We don't want you coming into an office full of people, nor do we want you coming in